Did you know that Ireland is the home of Halloween? Samhain, or Halloween, is one of the four ancient Celtic festivals, along with Imbolc, Lunasa and Bealtaine. And Samhain came at this time every year, and it marks the point at which the barrier between the living world and the other world is at its thinnest. So, at this time of year, there was a lot of fear around the place that you would encounter a spirit as you were walking along the roads. So people would wear guises. They would put animal skin masks on themselves, and they would go out and walk, and they would feel safe then because, you know, the spirits might mistake them for one of their own. Another thing that the Irish did way back then was to give offerings to the spirits in the form of food that they would leave at their doors. This kind of offering was considered very important in those days. To give a welcome to somebody, you would offer food. And so at this time of year in Samhain, they'd leave food out for the spirits. So if we combine these two traditions then of wearing guises to protect yourself from the spirits and leaving food out, we have modern trick-or-treating. Another thing that the Irish used to do was to have enormous bonfires at this time of year. They would have fires at all of the major festivals, and the bonfires, we still have them in Ireland today around Halloween. And of course, there was no electricity back then, and there was no public lighting on the streets. So if you wanted to be safe while you were walking abroad in your disguise, you needed to carry a bit of light with you. So the Irish began to use lanterns in the form of pumpkins, and they would have a light inside the hollowed out pumpkin, and they would carry it around. And sometimes they would carve faces in them they would carve the pumpkins to put a bit of fear into the spirits, again to protect themselves as they were walking along. So yeah, they used turnips at that time because that's what we had. And when the Irish moved to America then, they found a larger gourd that was very good for carving, and that was the pumpkin. And so people began carving pumpkins over in America. Of course now, we've re-imported that pumpkin into Ireland now, so that's what we use here too at Halloween. We carve our pumpkins and we put the lanterns inside of them, and that can be traced back once again to feeling safe and protected at this time of year when the barrier between our world and the other world was at its thinnest.